Have you ever dreamed of publishing your own book? Well, it might be easier than you thought. With various self-publishing services now available, you can publish your very own book at little to no cost, thanks to what's called print on demand. So how does one get started? I would basically sum it up in 3 steps. Step number 1, create content. It's exciting to dream up cover design ideas and other details of the final product, but first and foremost, you need content. What is it that you'd like to share with the world? Who specifically is your target audience? Narrow down your idea so the book has some focus and doesn't just end up being random thoughts. Once you've got the topic down, create an outline to organize your thoughts. This can be revised later after you begin writing, but at least pen a rough draft to provide some structure. This will come in handy as a reference guide as you write the book. Next, begin writing. This doesn't have to be in sequential order. As you get time or feel inspired, just write and let the ideas flow. You can rearrange sentences and paragraphs and entire chapters at a later time. You can also edit for grammar later. For now, the goal is just to get your thoughts onto paper. And don't worry too much about the length either. Think about quality over quantity. After the rough draft of your book is done, review the content and see if you'd like to revise or rearrange anything. It should have a logical flow to it. Then read through it to ensure there are no typos or grammatical errors. It might help to have a family member or friend read it through because he or she might spot something that you didn't. Step number 2, build it. If you decide to go with self-publishing as I did, you need to sign up with a service. Some of the popular service providers include CreateSpace, Lulu, and Ingram Spark. I went with CreateSpace since it's owned by Amazon, so the following information will be CreateSpace specific. However, the process shouldn't be too far off with other providers. So to get started, you would go to createspace.com and create an account, which there is no cost for. From the member dashboard, click on Add New Title to begin a new project. Then enter a name for the project. This could be the title of the book, but it doesn't have to be. Click on the radio button for paperback, then click on Get Started right next to the Guided option, as this will walk you through the process step by step. Now you can begin your project. Enter the basic information that's requested on the title information page. Go to the next page and have CreateSpace assign an ISBN for the book. But if you have reason to, you can purchase your own ISBN separately and provide it to CreateSpace. I just went with the free option. The following page, Interior, will require a little more work. First, select whether you want white or cream paper, as well as color or black and white print. After choosing the book size, the length and the width, download the formatted template. Then copy and paste all of your text into this template. Go through it thoroughly to ensure that everything looks correct. You can adjust the font type and size and spacing all within the document. Once you've completed this, go back to the interior page in CreateSpace and upload your document. You'll have the option to review it online using a virtual book reader. Then move on to the cover page. Here you can use one of the templates provided by CreateSpace and make an okay looking cover, but it's kind of generic in my opinion. If you're creative and tech savvy, you can design your own cover. I made my own using canva.com, that's C-A-N-V-A.com. Or you can hire someone to create a cover for you using a website called fiverr.com, and that's Fiverr.com. Next, go to the Complete Setup page to submit your files to CreateSpace for review. After they complete their review, which typically takes about a day, you can and should order a proof copy of the book. It only costs a few dollars depending on the length of the book, but it'll give you an opportunity to review the actual product in your hands before it goes on sale. If needed, you can make changes to your file and re-upload. Or if everything looks perfect, you can go ahead and approve it. Now you're almost done. What you have to do next is select the distribution channels such as Amazon US and Europe. You need to establish a price for the book and enter a description for it. The more information and relevant keywords you enter, the better. As for pricing the book, CreateSpace has a built-in royalty calculator, so you can play around with the numbers and determine a reasonable price that way. Part of the price is for actually printing the book, part of it goes to CreateSpace as their cut, and the remainder is the royalty you earn. When all this is done, your book will show up in a day or so on Amazon ready for purchase. You can also submit your book for publication on an e-reader such as Kindle. You might need to take the book document you created earlier and simplify the formatting so everything looks correct. I had to remove some of the graphics in mine and really simplify it so everything would look proper on Kindle. After you submit the file, you can use a virtual Kindle app online to see how the ebook would look to readers and then make adjustments if needed. Step number 3, promote your product. Now that the fun part is done, in my opinion, it's time for the hard work. Because you don't have a publisher marketing the book on your behalf, this responsibility lies on you, the author. There are a variety of techniques you can use to advertise your book. For starters, use word of mouth to let friends and family know about your new book, or other acquaintances who might be interested in the subject matter. If you get the opportunity, give a speech about the subject and then plug your book at the end. You might also want to print out some flyers or order some business cards to distribute. The, these ideas can be effective for reaching local readers, but for reaching a wider audience, you'll want to harness the power of the internet. Maybe post a YouTube video to discuss your topic and tell viewers about the book at the end, and give them a link so they can actually go and purchase it. Another idea is to write blog posts with tidbits from your book to give readers a taste, and then request that they buy the book for the full story. Also consider using social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to spread the word. But don't just spam and ask people to buy the book. Try to provide some value that will entice people to want to buy the book. Give them little bits and pieces of information that'll pique their interest. Also, the more reviews you can get for your book, the more visibility it'll have potentially. You do have to be careful about soliciting reviews though, because Amazon has certain rules about this. Typically, you can't offer someone money to review your book, and you can't have direct family members who live in the same home review the book either. I hope this helps demystify and simplify the process of writing and publishing a book. Best of luck with your own project.